Let's get physical, it's Jordan here, back again with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch, January the 27th until the 31st. Let's see what we've got this week. Phantom Brave: The Lost Hero is releasing this week, one of a bunch of highly anticipated RPGs this year. This is a long-awaited sequel to Phantom Brave, originally on the PlayStation 2, and it is a game I owned back in the day. I remember I bought it because back then, in Europe, it was published by Koei, and if there's one thing Jordan loved in the early mid-2000s, it was Mila Jovovich, Koei games. I had no idea what the hell a Nipponichi software was, but it didn't matter. I thought Koei made this, and I bloody loved it because it was so unique compared to other tactical RPGs I'd played up to that point. Can this one live up to that? I don't know, but we can hope so, because as awesome as Disgaea is, it'd be nice if NIS dipped into their other series from time to time. When is the next La Pucelle coming? I need that. This is also releasing physically on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and my executive producers, they are excited. Jennifer M, G Bautista 100, God of Resin, Josh Foote, Adamantium, Robotech, Precision Plague, Feig, Lewis K, JCross7776, Dave Huswaite, and my brand new executive, Ethan Blue, have chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the retail games in this video, please consider purchasing via the links in the description and pinned comment. That massively helps me out so much and helps keep this series going so I can produce useful physical content for you guys. VGP are a fantastic company with cheap prices in Canadian currency, and they have free worldwide shipping on orders over 80 Canadian bucks, which is less than 60 American dollars. Plus, each week, if you buy something, you are put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Jacob T. Congratulations, Jacob. You should get an email from VGP with your discount coupon in the next day or two if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support and everyone else out there. It means the world to me. What else have we got this week? Life is Strange Double Exposure is releasing in the West this week. It's been out physically in Asia since late last year. Hopefully this Western release is all on the cartridge because the digital game is a bit of a chunker, and the previous releases have not done well in terms of, downloads required. So I would hold out to see how this is before, purchasing it. I don't have that much faith, but on the promotional box art, there's no mention of a download, so we'll have to see. As far as the game itself, I have no idea. Not my bag at all, but I've heard they're pretty popular with people much cooler than myself. Speaking of people cooler than myself, my executive producers, Alex M, Punky Dooster, Cartoon Soren, Issa, Kevin W, and Ishin have chosen this as their pick of the week. Neptunia Riders vs Dogoos, don't know how to say it, it sounds Australian, is releasing this week, and even though I vowed to never touch another Neptunia game again because they are definitely not for me, I will have a short video about this probably tomorrow because this is a spin-off rather than like an RPG. It's a motorcycle combat game, and I can't resist giving it a whirl despite the fact I know it's gonna be pretty crap. I haven't actually started playing it as I'm writing this, and I would love to be wrong. Who wouldn't want a motorbike combat game with anime girls to be awesome? I am not that nihilistic, and by the way, sorry if you can hear some fireworks in the background. It's Chinese New Year, and to be honest, editing them out or just waiting for the fireworks to stop before I start doing my voice, it's a lost cause, okay? So the next couple of weeks, you're going to hear a lot of fireworks. Anyways, Neptunia Riders vs Dogoos is also releasing on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 alongside Switch in a standard edition and a collector's edition, which includes a poster set, sticker set, soundtrack CD, art book, and some DLC costumes. And my executive producers Ghost Bune and Dave Horworth have chosen this as their pick of the week. Genso Manège is releasing this week. This one feels like it was announced aeons ago, and I've mentioned it so many times in videos past that it seems ridiculous that it's only just releasing physically. Developed by majors, meaning that due to copyright, I'm not even gonna bother trying to show you a trailer because them bastards make my life a misery trying to get around their copyright claims. Hopefully this will be a good addition to your Otome library if you're a Switch Otome fiend. And my executive producer, Sora Cat, is, because it's their pick of the week. Gimmick 2 is getting its physical release in Europe this week. You may remember Limited Run Games already took pre-orders for this in North America, but this European release is at retail. It's supposedly a really decent follow-up to the NES Cult Classic. I'm sure I would be happy to add this to my collection once the price is in my budget. A quick mention to Cuisinea, which seems to have got pushed back an extra week physically to this week. I talked about it more in depth last week in last week's episode if you want more information about it. A quick mention to Morkul Ragas Rage, which is already out in Europe but should be releasing in North America this week. Alright, the low print limited releases. Stasis Bone Totem is the latest game from Red Art Games. Feels like it's been a while since their last one. This looks like a really interesting point-and-click style adventure game, a great old-school feeling that I can get behind, great atmosphere and setting. Now the standard edition will be available at retail in both North America and Europe, but as always with Red Art Games, they have a couple of exclusive editions. Firstly, in Europe, at redartgames.com, for the same price as the standard edition, you can pre-order a deluxe edition, which includes an exclusive cover sleeve and a soundtrack CD. This is limited to just 500 copies, and if you purchase via the website with my link, not only do you support me, but you can get 10% off with my code Jordan10. That's only at redartgames.com though, okay? Now, in North America, exclusive to Video Games Plus, alongside the standard edition, there is a special edition limited to just 500 copies again, and this includes a soundtrack CD. It just doesn't have the cover sleeve. Not a big deal in my opinion. All of what I've mentioned is also available on PlayStation 5. I think this looks great if I'm being honest. I did bring this game up in my, I think it was Saturday, I did a just announced physicals video, and I did get a comment from somebody, I can't remember off the top of my head, who said that it was actually kind of terrible, but then there's other people who are saying they're really excited about it, so I don't really know, but it does look right up my alley, and my executive producer Instacritic has chosen this as his pick of the week. Raiden Nova is Limited Run's first game in this episode. Well, this is the first surfacing of a Western release that I would have assumed would have happened months ago, because it released in Japan in the middle of last year with rumors of a Western physical. Well, this is Limited Runs, and I would assume, maybe guess, that a European retail release may follow, but that's not certain. This is a twin-stick shooter that's supposedly a celebration of the franchise, and I've not heard much else apart from that. Good or bad, I really don't know, but you can pre-order on Tuesday from Limited Run Games on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5, and my executive producers, Brett McLean and Wixit, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Cyber Citizen Shockman Collection is up for pre-order right now at limitedrungames.com, also on PlayStation 5 as well as Switch. This is one I can really get behind a little bit more. It's a retro collection of games I've never heard of before. Hell yes, I love it when that happens. 3 TurboGrafx games and 1 Satellaview game, only one of which I believe released in the West prior to these Switch ports. I can't imagine they beat Mega Man or anything. Maybe it's the Mega Man we have at home type scenario, but I would definitely give them a go. I might even like it more than Mega Man if they're just like a shittier version. It might gel with me more. I could do with a shittier Mega Man. And my executive producer, Super Ben Julio, has chosen this as his pick of the week. This is also my pick of the week as well. Alright, let's jump into the imports. There's only one interesting import this week, and if you want it, you can get 5% off if you click the Play Asia link below and use the code Jordan2025. Cardfight Vanguard Dia Days 2 is really the only game you may consider importing this week because it's the only unique game that has English. If you're into collectible card battlers, then this looks like a really well produced one, and it's based off an anime. The first Vanguard The first Vanguard Days game, why is that so hard to say, is also an import exclusive with English. I don't think it was hugely popular due to its initial price and niche genre, and I think this will kind of follow suit, only one for the most hardcore of collectors or card battler fans, who are probably eagerly looking forward to the Yu-Gi-Oh collection coming very soon rather than this one. But 3 of my executive producers, the Nemo 6, my man in Japan Vey, and my brand new executive, D's Nuts, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Japan is also getting this TMNT game, which we already have in the West. Alright, let's jump into the community spotlight. Executive producer Dave Hallworth sent in this photo with a huge haul from Red Art Games. They had a great sale a couple of weeks back, and Dave definitely made the most of it. Demon Gaze Extra was an especially good deal in my opinion. Executive producer Adamantium sent in this photo showing us some fine games imported from Asia. Saga Scarlet Great Ambitions was heavily discounted over the holiday period, like 22 or 25 bucks or something like that. Sadly, the price has gone back up, but if you are prepared to wait a little bit, I think it will go back down again. Executive producer Ghost Bune sent in this photo, which includes some very cultured imports like Maid of the Dead. I'm still a bit sad that the PlayStation 5 version of Gnosia has English, but the Switch version does not. Why? Skip to the End. Don't skip to the end, that's their name. Sent in this photo, which includes Ninja 5-0 being sent out from Limited Run. Heard it's a fantastic game and one of the biggest hidden gems available on the Game Boy Advance, now on the Switch, of course. Executive producer Instacritic sent in this photo, obviously getting at least one massively obscure game with 30 sports games in one. I wonder if that's another repackage of some other games they released already. Executive producer Vey, my man in Japan, sent in this photo picking up Ender Magnolia, which is an absolutely fantastic game. I made a video about it late last week. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. It's an amazing game, fantastic. Executive producer Azra sent in this photo picking up Freedom Wars Remastered. It's a really fun game that I still have the urge to go back to even after my video. That rarely happens, because I'm really just interested in seeing where the story goes. The combat is pretty fun as well. The One sent in this photo showing off a triple helping of RPGs. Tales of Grace's F, fantastic. Ys Memoir, can't wait to try that. And Reynatis, I'm not sure, heard it's okay, but I don't know if I'll get that one myself. Executive producer Lewis K sent in this photo. Very happy to see Shunyuan Sword 3 in there. Still waiting on the rest of the series. Come on, East Asia Soft, I know you can do it. Bring them all out to modern consoles. Executive producer Kevin W sent in this photo picking up the Asian edition of the Shima Densetsu board game of life thing. I don't know. The popular game in Japan that now has an English version in Asia. Shadow 007 sent in this photo with Turok 3 and a slipcover for all 3 games. I'm just waiting for Japan. Come on, Japan or Asia, either of you, give me a 3-on-1 cartridge release. I know you want to do it, just do it. Bearstow sent in this photo. I find it a bit peculiar that Shadows of Loathing is often found like really cheap, while the original game, which has had 2 separate prints, is still one that's hard to get a hold of. I get the second print wouldn't have been a lot due to it already been out, but the demand is there, guys. Print it again. Bay6 sent in this photo. Is it bad that I genuinely have no idea what collector's edition that is? I can't even begin to guess the game. Answers on a postcard, please. Ice sent in this photo showing off Fairy Tail 2. Not seeing this a whole lot. I guess it's going to be on the niche end of things due to necessary knowledge of the anime and even the first game, which was niche to begin with. Supposedly good though, very well put together JRPG. Executive producer God of Resin sent in this photo. Tomb Raider, baby. I genuinely cannot wait for the second collection next month. Fingers crossed the physical is detailed before the digital release. I know there are placeholders out there, but nothing is like truly official as far as I can see. I'm sure it will happen, but I would like to know details, please. 28 out of 29 PS5 controllers. You might want to change your name in the Discord to something a bit more catchy. Anyway, 28 out of 29 PS5 controllers sent in this photo, which includes the collection of mana. I can't believe it was 50 bucks. I'm sure it was like 25 bucks like recently. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo picking up 3 import exclusives. Bunny Garden, that's always going to go down as an import classic. Probably not for the reasons one may be proud of, but who needs pride in 2025? Alright, let's have a roundup. Choco Loco James, Red Rose Reaper, Robin H, Laura San, Sake Dup, Stefan N, Ashura G, Remy X, Rainbow Pickle Gaming, McLaren, Needless Dragon, Politico Stefan, Mickey McFlynn, Polaire TM, Cresolac, Starvey. Alright, please send me your pictures on Twitter if you can. You can DM me at SoWhatAboutGame, or you can send it via email, physicalparadise@gmail.com. That's a new email address, well, new-ish, okay? Don't send it to the old email. And of course, the Discord, my server of which should be linked below in the description and the pinned comment. Please only send me 1 picture per week. Alright. As always, special thanks to my executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Brent McLean, Alexander Cato, Jcross7776, Punky Dooster, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Raven Knight, Fawn Metal Luna, Issa, Vey, Offphone, Instacritic, Precision Plague, Alex M, Feig, Josh Foot, Ishin, Lewis K, Kevin W, Jennifer M, Super Ben Julio, Double Dave, Huswayton Horworth, Wixit, Sora Cat, The Nemo 6, Ghost Bune, G Bautista 100, Rose, Adamantium, Azrith, Jake Vav, and my brand new executive producers, Ethan Blue and D's Nuts. Yes, D's Nuts. Thank you to you guys as well for watching all the way through. If you did watch all the way through, I would suggest leaving a nut emoji in the comments, but that might derail the algorithm of this video. So, if you did watch all the way through, please leave me a ghost emoji in honor of Phantom Brave, or a motorbike emoji in honor of Neptunia Riders versus Dogoos, or leave a doggo emoji. Choose one, anyone. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.